What's going on, guys? Today I'm honored and blessed to have Dr. Justin Kammo, owner of Profound. How are you, Justin?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Justin, what inspired you to become an orthodontist?
Growing up Chaldean, our parents always try to get you in the medical field. It was either that or go work in the store business. And, my dad always pushed me to go to school. And, I didn't want to be a doctor, so dentistry kind of sparked my interest. And once I became a dentist, I pursued orthodontics, and it was the best decision of my life.
So if many don't know, Justin does a lot of celebrity teeth. How did you get involved with that?
So I kind of always knew I wanted to treat the athletes, treat the local celebrities, and I just kind of planted the seed when I was young. And I'm a big believer, if you put something in the universe, it'll come to you. And if you keep thinking you're going to do something, and if you ask my friends, in 2020, they'll tell you he literally thought he was going to treat athletes and celebrities. And putting it out there, connecting with people, meeting the right people, allowed me and introduced me to that network of type of athletes and celebrities, and it's been crazy. I still got to pinch myself when a lot of these athletes walk in. It's been a blessing.
So Justin, what are some of the challenges you've had, and how'd you overcome them?
This past year has been the biggest challenge of my life. My dad passed away about a year ago. That came with a big shock. I was just starting my career. We were at 3 offices at the time, and when that all happened, I kind of wanted to give up. God sends you signs, and you just got to listen to them, and luckily I overcame it, and I think about him every day, but we're still trying to grow this and make it bigger and keep his legacy alive. Once you overcome something like that, sky's the limit. So I think that would be the biggest challenge of my life.
You're a great man, and he's very proud of you, I can tell you that. So Justin, there's a question that everybody thinks about. What's the difference between a dentist and an orthodontist?
To be an orthodontist, you have to be a dentist first. So I did undergrad 4 years, got my bachelor's. Then I got into dental school, did another 4 years, became a dentist. And then to become an orthodontist, you got to do an additional 2 to 3 years. And they only take a select few, so you got to be the top of your class. Once you get in, you can only do orthodontics now. So dentists can do a little bit of everything, but I just mastered the craft at braces and Invisalign.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind in your field or just for the community?
I just want to be known as somebody that works hard and made a difference in people's lives. That's the greatest thing about orthodontics is we treat people at such a young age and they remember you forever because you're a part of their transformation. Kind of like what you guys do. You guys cut hair for people who are kids and they become adults and they have their own kids and you still cut their hairs. I want to be known as somebody who made a difference in someone's life and made everyone feel good, and hopefully I'm doing that. And I just want to give back to everybody in the community. And I always say thanks for the Chaldean community because they're the one that helped me get to this level. And every time I have a podcast like this, I always like to give them a shout out because I always appreciate them and for what they did to me for my career.
Thank you, Justin, so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And if you guys don't know, Justin just opened up a brand new location in Sterling Heights. I hope you guys all go and check it out. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, come check us out in Sterling Heights on 19 and Van Dyke. Come get your teeth right and come get your hair right. Legend Salon, baby. #1 in the state.